Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you this pretty stitch. Look at this. This is the other side of it. It's completely reversible and you get all these little sort of nubs on this side, and it gives you this ridge here and a deep sort of setting ridge. It's really quick to crochet as well. It's a 2-row repeat, but it's really easy. So look at that for texture. It's a really pretty stitch as well. Now the yarn that I'm using the sample in, I don't have a label on it, but I do know it's this. It's a CC Babe Batik and I'm using it in the pink, and this one is in a different shade. This one's in a different multicolour. I'll pull that up a bit. So I am just doing a little sample of this. I'm going to make a scarf with it. That's why it's not very wide. Now you do get nice straight sides. It's just because I've been crocheting with it and holding it like this. So it does come out a really nice edge, and you do get nice straight sides as well. So I'm going to show you how to do this. It's really easy. So for my sample, I'm going to use this. Look at this, is absolutely beautiful. I think this is called Molten Lava. It's ice yarn and it's a magic light. It's one of their newer colours, and I'll leave a link to Adrielle on eBay where I get the ice yarn from. She gets it in from Turkey and it's really reasonable as well for the prices. So this is what I'm going to use for this. I think it's got absolutely amazing colours here. I'm going to start another scarf in that pretty stitch, so I'll just pop that aside. So I'm using a UK 4mm crochet hook. Now you might hear some banging and clanging. There's nothing I can do about it. One of the houses across the road is getting an extension done, so there isn't anything I can do about the workmen, the noise from the workmen, unfortunately. So this pattern is any number of stitches. So I'm just going to do a slip knot, and if you're a complete beginner, just tie your hook on. Just tie your yarn on to your hook like this. It'll work just the same. Don't do it too tight, just tie it on. And I'm going to do a chain. You can do your chain any length you like, any number of stitches. There is no stitch count. So I'm going to do a little sample wide enough for a scarf. So into your second stitch in your foundation, chain count 1 and 2. We're going to do 1/2 treble crochet into each stitch all the way along. So you put your yarn over and you're going to go into that second stitch in the chain, pull your yarn through. You've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and come through all 3 loops, yarn over into the next stitch, pull your yarn through. You have 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So this is a 1/2 treble crochet. Yarn over into the next stitch, pull through, yarn over and through all of those loops all the way along, 1 into each stitch. So I've finished my row. I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2 and turn. So the next row, you're going to put your hook right through the stitch and pull your yarn through and keep it on your hook. You're going to the next stitch and do the same and pull through. You've got 3 loops, yarn over and pull through into that same stitch, that same one where you've got that cluster. Get some more yarn, so into that same space where you've got that cluster, go in there again, pull your yarn through. You've got 2 loops, go into the next stitch and pull your yarn through. You've got 3 loops, yarn over and come through all 3 loops into the same space again, pull through, into the next stitch and pull through, yarn over and pull through. And what it does, it's going to make this little knobbly stitch on this side. So into the space where your cluster is, into that same stitch there, pull through, into the next stitch and pull through. You've got 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Again into that same stitch, we're using the stitch twice, so pull through, into the next stitch, pull through, yarn over and pull through. You're going to do that all the way along your project. So into that same stitch, pull through, into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, 3 loops, yarn over and pull through. So we're near the end and I've got 1 stitch left, so I'm going to use that one again and then go in to this end stitch and pull through my 3 loops. I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2 and turn my work, turn your work, and then right into that very first stitch we're going to do the half treble crochets again. So yarn over and into that very first stitch, pull through, yarn over and finish your stitch. Into the next one, so yarn over, into the next stitch, pull through, you've got 3 loops, yarn over and pull through. So we're going to do these half stitches all the way along. Yarn over, 1 into each stitch, and this is the 2 rows you'll keep repeating. So I'm nearly at the end and I'll continue doing 1 half treble into each stitch. I've got 2 stitches left, so make sure you go into that little stitch right on the end here. Make sure you go in there. So we're going to chain 2, 1, 2 and turn. And now we're going to do that little cluster stitch again. Can't quite see it on this yarn. We're going to do this cluster stitch again here. So we're going to go straight in to that stitch right below your chain, into that first stitch and pull through. Then into the next stitch and pull through, yarn over and through your 3 loops. So now we're going to use that stitch again, that stitch there, yarn through, pull your yarn through and into the next stitch. So we're going to use each stitch twice, yarn over and pull through. So go into that stitch again, and that's what makes these little beads on the other side. So into that same stitch, then into the next stitch, 3 loops, yarn over and pull through, and it makes those little bobbly beads on this side. That's the 2 rows you'll keep repeating. You'll repeat your half treble crochet row and then your little cluster bead stitch. So use that stitch again. Remember to use the stitches twice on this row. So into there, we've already used it once, so we're going to use it again. Pull through, into the next stitch and pull through, yarn over and pull through. Here the workmen across the road. So into the same stitch, into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through all the way along, and that's the 2 rows you'll keep repeating. So I'll work my way along. Remember and go back into that stitch for a second time, and that's what makes your little beads on this side of your work. So I've done that little bead row. I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2 and turn. So you can see all your little beads on this side of your pattern. So you're going to have a plain side what will have the ridges on it like this one, I'll show you this one. I want to show you in a darker colour. So on this side you've got like these deep ridges, and on this side you've got all your little beads. You can see those little beads showing up on this side. So that's your little cluster rows there, and the other row in between is your half treble crochets, and it makes this really pretty pattern. But I know that I'm using a darker yarn here, it will go light, but I want to show you what it actually looks like. The texture is beautiful in a darker coloured yarn. So I've done my chain 2 here. So right into here we're going to do a whole row all the way along, 1 into each stitch. We're going to do our half treble crochets. So yarn over, remember we've done our chain 2, and into that very first stitch, your chain 2's there and your very first stitch is right beside it. Pull your yarn through, you've got 3 loops, yarn over and through, yarn over into the next stitch and do your half treble crochet. So yarn over this time, and we're using each stitch all the way along. So this is what the pattern looks like now, and you can see in all those lovely bright colours. This is the other side of it, this is the back, and I'm going to bring the pink part that I was doing. So this is the one that's in pink, so you've got a nice sort of variety of colours to see what this pattern looks like. I'll turn it to the side so you can actually see those little beads running along there, and this is the other, this is the back, this is it in the lighter yarn. So thank you very much to all the people who have been on my supporters page and buying me a coffee. I'll leave the link under the video, and thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. It is completely free to subscribe to the channel, and if you click on the bell icon, then YouTube will tell you when I put up another tutorial. So until the next time, happy crafting, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.